But here we go, maybe a contest for the 4-minute room. There are 3 heroes here for Vega. Skylark wants to go in for it anyway, is unable to get it. That's going to be a regen bottle. There are no creeps around this time to deny him, but Skylark just standing there, has another anchor smash. He's getting very low, but Doom working on to solo one more hit, and then Infernal Blade Kick may just do it. That's our first blood. It's actually going to be Tidehunter who goes down. Doom does get the subsequent kill. Can Pug find anything? Has those poisoned attack. There they go, picking off the Disruptor, and now FN should be able to walk this one off with all of his armor. But a double kill for Ad Finem, even though they at the same time, Medusa not being contested in the bottom lane. She does have to be careful there. She pops the stone gaze. Everybody needs to look away. The direction of the TP in. Gyrocopter drops that cooldown. Medusa's actually pretty low there. Will get cleared of that Thunder Strike. Oh, has the wall dropped on her though? There is an Ion Shell, a glimpse backwards. Medusa gonna keep trying to run around. So many heroes here. They got the tower, but at what cost? Medusa still trying to juke. The IO balls are gonna see her. She has to walk through that wall, taking damage from her illusion now as well. She's still alive on the sidelines there. They do manage to take out the Gyrocopter. Madara running straight down, going to get cut off here. She tries to eat into the trees, but they'll find her. And Madara getting healed up by that. Oh, now saved by the False Promise, getting double healed there. Gonna try to take out the Disruptor first. Does manage to get that kill. Madara will finally blow up, but Io very low there, and Solo does have enough mana for the tether. Gonna come on over onto maybe next time. Will not be able to pick him off with the False Promise, with that Anchor Smash, with that Kraken Shell. 3 points in each could be enough that you can take these huge stacks. And oh, they're coming to contest it. They need to get out of dodge. There is a glimpse back into the kinetic field, and they are in a lot of trouble. Gyrocopter gonna try to take as many of these as he can. There's the Ravage going out, manages to hit onto 2, but they still haven't killed anyone. Mech comes out, there's a Doom onto no one, taking quite a bit of damage here. The Tidehunter's still not dead. The last fly cannon, so it's not gonna do it. Where's the vacuum back from Mag? He doesn't have the mana for it. Clovering up in 1 second. There's also gonna be Medusa popping that ult elsewhere. Gonna try to catch out some of these stragglers. Throws out that Mystic Snake. Will blow up the IO. Looking for Seema. Do they have any slow? They need the vision here. You can see that Seema just out of range of the vision. Maybe gonna be able to find it now. They can just barely see him. They're gonna follow 2 of them under the tower, but the Mystic Snake won't be enough damage to bring him down. Madara whipping up that mana shield. Gonna maybe try for some auto attacks. They walk right into him. There's the Infernal Blade, and that should be enough.
That
Pick him
was
up,
cute
finally.
from Seema. Not effective, but cute. Trying to pull an old switcheroo there and jump right back into the hole.
Something they can afford on Vega.
Damage, I think. I don't think that they're gonna completely. Maybe I'm wrong. Holy crap, they are just gonna completely let this go. Okay, here comes the teleport.
Okay, here comes the fight. There's the cooldown on the spot. Gonna take a lot of damage here. Gets saved up. There's the Rabbit manages to hit it onto 3. They walk on through this. The Stone Gaze as well. Solo getting very low. Vacuum onto all of them, but it doesn't quite do enough. So Spartan just having fun, walking back and forth through that wall. Somebody needs to save him. Suddenly he's taking no magic damage. Thank you, Oracle, for the saves to Spartan. Getting low finally to the physical. Will get blown up there. I believe that Io had to come back into that fight after healing up some. Madara in a little bit of trouble. Will be able to TP out there. And all in all, was it only the Doom?
Yeah, it was only the Doom that went down there, and the tower was not denied. So tier 2 tower mid already scratched out. Or they only got 1 in response, and it was a support. And a relatively under-farmed support to that, or unfarmed support control this match. Giving up that tier 2 tower, so giving up the tier 1 is not the end of the world, but giving up the tier 2 this early was just devastating for their mid-game process. And no one continues to farm out here. He presumably has something
up in 10 seconds for Ad Finem. We also Stone Gaze at the ready. They are chipping away at this. Finally, the Dragon Form is popped. Gonna use that Shadow Amulet. Forcing Fun. There is a static storm connected to it right on top of the spot. They managed to use that False Promise. Medusa just coming on into it. She doesn't care if she's silent. She's just gonna smack away at all of you. There's the Ravage to follow it up. They are right on top of Mag. Doom comes out with the Spartan's full health. Thank you to the False Promise. Dogsy has gone down there looking for Solo. Does have to relocate. Will he go down? Goes the Hadouken. Manages to reach him on the back lines. Now no one taking a lot of damage. Viper gonna help pick him up. Oracle as well. And this could just be the tier 3, maybe even the Rax.
Yeah, this is all coming down to what I said in the draft. Remember, we were talking about Gyrocopter alongside Dragonite, and I mentioned Gyrocopter to make these fights happen. This is exactly why you don't normally see these 2 heroes together.
It's not over yet, but it's certainly a harder game for Vega now, being a rack down to spot and having no fear, but they're taking a lot of damage. Io goes to the face of 5-man vacuum wall, but will it even be enough? They just mech it and walk away. Vega, they're trying to follow the cooldown will occur. There's the glimpse backwards as well onto the Medusa. Finally, somebody kills her off. The rest of them, though, looking to just walk it off. They will not. 3 dead. Ad Finem have overstayed their welcome.
Okay, that's a great swing. I mean, that's a 2,000 net worth swing in favor of Vega when they weren't even 7,500 in deficit. They are now going to be playing into Megas, though, and the only hero that they have that really deals with Megas in any effective way is going to be the Gyrocopter, which is going to reduce the Gyrocopter's farm, right? He's going to be the one, more often than not, forced to sit in this bottom lane and just get rid of the Megas that are not worth quite as much money.
Make this defense happen. They do have a smoke coming up. They've got 3 heroes with some decent wombo combo. This pit fight suddenly very scary for Ad Finem. They jump in, vacuum all of them into the kinetic field. Static storm. They're all leaped in there. There is the IO relocate, and Vega are blowing everyone up. The Stone Gaze does end up coming out. Oh, she couldn't cast it. She didn't have the mana. And suddenly, Medusa in a lot of trouble, left alone, full health, no mana. The team chasing after her, Surge on the DK to get him in range for the Dragon Tail. And Ad Finem have made a horrible mistake fighting in the pit against the team with such huge AoE. Medusa, it's inevitable, she will fall.
I stand corrected.
Take this bad boy before Ad Finem gets there. But Ad Finem will have the follow-up fight if they so choose. It's looking like they might be going for it. They, of course, do have the Rabbit back already. There is the pull down going on to no one. Has the Aegis, about to not have the Aegis. Vacuum manages to get one up onto the high ground, but 2 of them stuck there. What? We're just going after the Gyro again. I'm a little surprised they did not use the Ravage there to block those 2 TPs out. I believe Skylark saw them. Okay, it was really hard to tell if he sides. The glimpse backwards onto Madara. She needs some help here, but instead Doom just gonna zone them, gonna run up into their faces. May have forfeited his life with this one. Has to be careful despite the Glimmer Case. And it looks like Ad Finem will back out.
Madara getting very close to a Scotty here. Courier seems to have gone down, bringing in an ultimate orb, though I'm not 100% sure about that. The Orb of Venom still sitting on that Courier. Of course, if you're going to have a Courier dead with an item on it, Orb of Venom is a pretty good item to have given up. And now there's not a lot left in Vega's arsenal to really defend this Ferris, right?
Well, they still do, of course, have cooldown, and there goes Black Cannon as well. Skylark, though, only one of the team getting pretty low. The nice thing about the Crimson Guard against the Gyrocopter really reduces all that Black Cannon shots and already distracts the low half health. They're still going for it. The kinetic field trapping them in quite a bit. A number of ion shells. They pop it. They throw out the Ravage there. No one in a lot of trouble. A nice vacuum back, but they get the Gyrocopter anyway. He cannot buy back this time. Sug's taking a lot of damage though. Doom down as well. So Madara is just going to go for the Rax. Needs some help. Maybe next time trying to heal him up, but it's not going to be enough. There is the glimpse back. And you will say, oh, actually the false promise comes out. There is another heal for Madara. Forced to stand and fight, gonna try to run away now. Do they have it going for the TP out? Not gonna be enough. And they will manage to catch that one. Unfortunately, they did not bring down the melee racks, and that one regens.
Yeah, that's fantastic for Vega Squad. That's a much better defense than, I mean, a whole team wipe. That is much. He only takes about a quarter of the damage that you put onto him in terms of physical, and almost all of the damage that AF have.
They have aggressively glimpsed back just the Tidehunter. There is going to be no Guardian Greaves coming out there, but immediately the Stone Gaze, they actually relocated more in. Madara trying his best to get in front of people, instead just going to be able to slow them, and they actually turn around on Madara. BKB is coming up, Noah backing back into the wall. False Promise out onto the Viper. Tidehunter has pulled back, still has that Ravage, of course, but the BKB so long. The Doom goes down. Madara in a lot of trouble as well. Tidehunter coming back in. Madara ready to fight, just trying to do what they can to this Dragon Knight. The Ravage comes out, only hits onto 2. Anchor smash though on to 1, and Madara still split-shotting around. That's a beyond godlike streak going their way. The TP's away. Can they stop them? No, they can't.
Okay, that was both teams overplaying their hand simultaneously, right? Like, both teams went all in on, like, 2-7. AF decided to engage on a bad Medusa ultimate. Like, that Stone Gaze didn't hit anybody, right? And Vega Squadron stayed, sort of way to get around the armor is not really that bad.
Oh, but here's the team fight. The team fight is done out of the Medusa. She got to the Stone Gaze though, and people getting stoned today. 3 of them actually caught out here. Tidehunter wanting to come in. He does not have Ravage for another 10 seconds. There's the vacuum back. 4 of them through the wall with the Doom flying out of the DK. He still hits like a truck. Doesn't matter if you doom him, but now they have begun to kite him. Madara just standing there, 1v1ing him, getting some heals out, getting disarmed, getting undisarmed. And there's the Ravage right as the relocate comes in. Now Madara turning on the split shot, getting healed up again. It's looking like Sug, 1 hit away from going down, will be force stopped, or have someone force stopped into him to his death. So it ends up being a 2 for 2. But, of course, both sides blowing all of what they had, and actually the tape still coming back to the spot and wants to go in, throws up the stun. Mag jumps forward, throws them back into the cooldown. Skylove manages to get out, but it's not enough, and Madara just forced to stand there and take it. It feels like she can't do anything. Doom gonna try to finish off the IO, but that may not even be successful. One more hit, unable to get it. Guardian Greaves come out from Mag. And they have zoom out onto Seema. They're deciding that maybe that's the target they need to get rid of in these fights. Immediately, they relocate away. Can they catch the other two? They, of course, have BKB TP, and I think only the Stone Gaze would stop that. They're just going to try to get the IO, but of course, Vega standing nearby. They're actually going to go for it. Here it comes. Mag, let's see, another big vacuum. Can't quite get off the wall. And Seema, stoned up in the Glimmer Cape, going to start taking damage. No, he is not. Instead, they are all on Vega. Going to just kind of be tricksy there, get all away. It looks like no one should go down. No Aegis. And maybe they can find somebody else. Finally, a fight going Ad Finem's way, but instead the TP's away happen. And we didn't talk about it earlier, but other than Ravage and Infernal Blade, they
forced their hand, but they could have just let the IO go back in and die, and then engage somewhere else. I think Vega worse as... Oh, and there's going to be a courier snipe, including a gem.
Dire's middle barracks.
So IO playing it pretty cheeky here.
doing a nice job. There's the jump in. Another 4-man vacuum wall coming out. The Spartan taking some damage on the front lines. Does of course have that Crimson Guard. The static field will be up in 6 more seconds. They need to be careful. Without a vacuum though, Disruptor may want to hold on to it. And finally it's looking like they may be able to break this Rax down in middle lane. Another kinetic field being landed up there. It is the kinetic storm. Madar's gonna stand there and take it. But just taking quite a bit of damage. The Spartan actually going to be the one to try and take it. That's Ravage manages to hit onto 3 this time. And Madara starting to split shot, shoot them all down. Doesn't quite maybe have the damage that Medusa was looking for. And will fall. They still haven't taken the Rax. Dog's going to try to work on it, but does not have enough damage.
You can thank Solo, Vega fans, for winning this game for Vega Squadron. He relocated into the mid lane, cut the creeps, killed the courier, and then teleported back to the base. That creep cut was why they came back there, because there was backdoor protection, because there were no creeps. So that little play that probably even happened off camera, like by the IO, if
Greaves business. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
We'll see a forced off away. FN still in a little bit of danger. There's the cooldown. BKB is popped. They throw out the Doom, the vacuum back again. Spartan taking a lot of damage there. We're also going to see Thug in BKB form, but unfortunately being poked away at here. Buyback from the Doom. They will see the Viper go down. That's a dieback.
that was like watching a dog chase a car. Like, what are you going to do when you catch it, dude? They should have just stayed in their base. They successfully repelled the Dragon Knight. Have a buyback if he needs it, or buyback relocate in, but not having the IO here is not going to lose this fight, probably. A good vacuum on the high ground or a good vacuum in the kinetic field static storm is almost the fight by itself.
Oh gosh, and they're actually going to maybe set up for another one. It's just that Medusa does manage to vacuum 3 of them up to the high ground, immediately blowing up the Doom, and they need to TP home. Medusa down on the low ground, and all of her allies are TPing away. She has to run.
Yeah. That was
What
the
a
right call to just
disaster.
TP out.
Dire's
They
middle
are
tower is under attack.
probably going to give up Roshan here because of it, but,
Dire's middle tower
you know,
has fallen.
it's better than losing the entire team fight and then getting high grounded. I don't know really what AF was thinking trying to take Roshan. It was very clear, right, that that's exactly what the Darkseer is going to try to do. And Mag has been nailing 100% of his vacuums. So, what do you think is going to happen, right?
The only upside for Ad Finem there is that they did have their creeps take a tier 4 in Vega's base, but other than that, it's looking incredibly grim when we take a look at this net worth chart. 15,000 over that amount in favor of Vega. Experience is 25,000 points in their favor.
Looking dominant in this game. They overstayed their welcome once or twice. They got just plain out outmaneuvered once by Solo. And they've been grouping up for these vacuums all game long. They've honestly just been outplayed.
Well, they're gonna just siege up here. Io tethered to no one, keeping him nice and healthy. There is the cooldown from no one. He is taking a lot of damage, but so is the Spartan. Manages to use that Crimson Guard. The Guardian Greaves keeping everybody nice and healthy. The shortest glimpse known to man comes out, and the Spartan should be all healed up when that false promise ends. But of course, that's a big cooldown. They're gonna have to be careful for the next 17 seconds. The spot coming back in. Oh gosh, we're getting caught out. A nice vacuum. Finally, the Ravage comes on through, and they do manage to hit a lot of them with it. But unfortunately, it's not enough. There's just no follow-up damage. Medusa, Scotty flying everywhere, and Aya really forwards actually looking for more. Solo. He's taking a bit of damage there, but this is looking nigh like they cannot hold. Where are the buybacks? Medusa dead on the deck, and they are going.
Yeah, Medusa bought a Monkey King run instead of taking buyback, thinking that that would help her knock down the gyrocopter. I guess in this position, you're really thinking it's all or nothing, right? If I go down, coming back is going to help. They have even save cheese. We need to win it all in one fell swoop. It's still a risky call.
Yeah. Well, Vega will be unstoppable. They will take it despite being down a lot early on. And they will score 0 all of